Hey guys, Michael Durr, Pro Speed Baseball. Today I have a special guest, Levi from out in California. Levi is one of my very new online students, and we started working together about a week and a half ago, and Levi was having some trouble with rolling over the ball and getting some weaker hits to the push side.
Hi Michael, it's Levi, and just want to say, man, thanks for checking out my swing. You know, a week and a half ago, I was pulling balls off the tee, my feet were closed, I was a mess. A week later, you saw my swing, and now I'm driving balls up the middle to the fence. And anyway, thanks, man. See you later, and I'll talk to you soon.
So today I'd like to show you a great before and after and a couple of the big things Levi and I worked on to get him striping balls almost immediately. Let's go ahead and get started. Now, the first big thing I want to point out is that for the short time that I've been working with Levi, he hasn't been to a field or a cage, and only until the last video he sent me is one where he's been to the field. There's a lot of guys who think they have to be at a baseball facility or a field to get better. Levi has actually made huge strides practicing mostly in his driveway. The point here is that if you want to get better, there's always a way to practice. There's always a place to work, and there's always time to do it if you make time. Now, the first thing and probably the biggest thing that we worked on was feet alignment. We can see here, Levi was very closed at the start, and actually if we take him a little bit further, we can see that he actually closes himself off even more during the stride. If we close our stance off, we limit our range of motion with our hips and therefore cannot fire our hips as hard. The byproduct of this is to attempt to fire our upper body quicker to make up for the lost speed. And that's exactly what was happening to Levi here. He was closing his hips off, and he was having to fire so quickly from the top to try to get any speed on the bat. And what this does, it gives us such a small margin for error to hit the ball, and our timing has to be absolutely perfect. And we can see here, this is why he's starting to roll over some balls, is because if his timing isn't perfect, he's just going to be really quick to roll over the hands, or he's going to be way behind it and get those weak ones that he was hitting off to the right. So what I had Levi do was put a reference line down. As you can see here, he put down a reference line. He actually had this a little closed off, but the more important part here was we can see here that his feet are dead square to the trajectory of the baseball. That's how we want our feet. We want our feet parallel to the trajectory of a pitch that would be right down the middle of the plate. And what this line did, it was acted as a reference for him so that he could be aware of where his feet were in his stance, and it just was almost an instant fix for him, and started getting his lower half into his swing, which actually gave him a ton of room to start getting control over his hands and started opening up that margin of error in his swing. Now, the second big thing we worked on was giving Levi a little bit more room to load with his hands. You can see here that Levi was starting with his hands really far behind his back shoulder, and this gave him hardly any room to load up his hands any further. He actually did get a little bit more of a load, but this is almost like trying to shoot a bow and arrow without drawing the string back when we start with our hands too far back. So what we did is we actually brought his hands forward closer to this line. So what I did was I drew a line right on his shoulder, and I had him bring his hands right to this line to start, and then from there he would take his hands back to load. So now Levi's hitting every time now with a very nice square stance, giving himself plenty of room to use his hips and his body in his swing. And we can see here he's now brought his hands back over closer to this shoulder line, and he's in a very nice position to load his hands up to swing. And he's got nice motion in his hands now. And then what this has done for Levi is now that he's gotten really nice hand motion in his load, he's not only picked up bat speed, but it's given him so much more control over his bat, and he's not having trouble with those rollovers and those pushes, which any good hitter is not going to have trouble with those. Now, if you're looking to make your swing more consistent and powerful, go ahead and stay tuned. I'm going to play a bonus clip out of one of the videos in our power hitting series. Click on the link in the preview or in the description below. You can see the whole series absolutely free of charge. And if you guys are interested in getting some online lessons for yourself, go ahead and email me at michael@prospeedbaseball.com. And for a limited time, I'm going to be doing some free reviews, so go ahead and email me if you're interested, and I'll give you the details there. But good luck with your swings, guys. Let me know what you think in the questions and comment sections, and I will see you guys soon. Hey guys, I'm Michael Durr with Pro Speed Baseball, and I'm going to show you how to get home run power with proper separation. So we're going to talk about separation and what that actually means in the baseball swing. Separation is going to be how far we can get our hips away from our shoulders. So if my hips are open and my shoulders are closed, this is separation. Now the more that we can do this, the more speed we can deliver into the baseball by creating a sling